In the heart of a bustling city, where the noise of traffic and the chaos of modern life filled the air, there stood an ancient church. Its towering spire reached towards the heavens, as if seeking a connection with something beyond the mundane. Lillian was a woman whose life had been a series of disappointments and heartbreaks. Her marriage had crumbled under the weight of constant arguments and betrayals. Her once promising career had hit a dead end due to office politics and unfair competition. Feeling lost and alone, she found herself drowning in a sea of self-doubt and depression. One day, driven by a nameless longing and a desperate need for a moment of peace, she found herself wandering towards the church. As she stepped through the arched doorway, a hush fell over her. The soft light filtering through the stained glass windows created a kaleidoscope of colors on the stone floor. Lillian's footsteps echoed in the vast space, and she felt a strange mixture of awe and trepidation. She sat in a pew near the front, her eyes drawn to the elaborate altar at the far end. The scent of incense hung in the air, mingling with the faint smell of old wood and polish. Tears welled up in her eyes as memories of all that had gone wrong flooded her mind. The pain of her failed marriage, the humiliation at work, and the growing sense of isolation consumed her. Just then, a gentle hand rested on her shoulder. Lillian turned to see an elderly woman with kind eyes and a warm smile. "Dear child," the woman said softly, "this place is a haven for those in need of solace. You are not alone." Lillian found herself pouring out her heart to the stranger, sharing the intimate details of her failed relationships and the dashed dreams that had withered away. The woman listened intently, nodding sympathetically. She shared stories of her own struggles and how she had found strength and purpose within the walls of the church. "We all have our crosses to bear," the woman said, "but in this church, we can find the strength to carry them. Let the peace and love of this place seep into your soul." Over the following weeks, Lillian returned to the church often. She joined the choir, finding solace in the beauty of the music that filled the sacred space. The harmony of voices lifted her spirits and gave her a sense of belonging. She also volunteered to help with the church's charity work, visiting the sick and the elderly, distributing food to the homeless, meeting people from all walks of life who shared a common spirit of kindness and compassion opened her eyes to the goodness that still existed in the world. During one of her visits, she met a young artist named Jacob. He was painting a mural on the side of the church, depicting scenes of hope and renewal. Lillian was drawn to his passion and creativity. They began to talk and discovered a mutual love and a shared longing for a more meaningful life. As their friendship blossomed, Lillian felt her heart opening up once again. One stormy night, Lillian was at the church when a sudden power outage left the city in darkness. Fear gripped her heart, but the reassuring presence of her newfound friends and the comforting words of the priest helped her stay calm. Together, they lit candles and sang hymns. The flickering light and the voices in a moment of profound connection. As time passed, Lillian's heart began to heal. The church became more than just a building to her. It was a home for her soul. She made friends who became like a family, and she discovered a purpose in life that she had never known before. She decided to pursue her passion for art, enrolling in classes and eventually holding her own exhibitions. One sunny morning, as Lillian stood in the churchyard, looking up at the spire against the clear blue sky, she felt a profound sense of peace. She knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, she would always have this place to return to, a sanctuary where her spirit could find refuge. The church had not only given her hope, but had transformed her life, filling it with love, faith, and a newfound sense of belonging.